welcome to the preview show of the 2022 PGA EuroPro Tour. 15 venues make up the regular season and a very special course will play host to the Tour Championship, each providing a unique challenge. Here's what's coming up on the show. John Morgan travels the length and breadth of Scotland, taking a closer look at two of the more impressive challenges, Lochen Links and Spay Valley.
It's its own golf course. I mean, this is why it's had so many pro events over the years, great winners down the line as well. We're very fortunate to be at this golf course again, and I tell you what, it's going to take some play, and a worthy winner comes up trumps here at Spay Valley.
He then heads south to take another look at last season's Tour Championship course, Slayley Hall.
Well, here I am, Groovy Gang, back at Slayley Hall. We had the grand final here last year. It doesn't feel that long since we were here, actually, last. But what a great golf course, it really is.
Here at Belton Wood, Kit Alexander takes a look at the challenges that lie ahead.
Greens are fantastic, beautiful putting surfaces, so give yourself chances and they will roll true.
We'll also hear from the Tour's Chief Executive, Dan Godding, on what we can expect in 2022.
We've got new members, new talent, new ability coming through. I think they're going to have a great time.
But first, let's just remind ourselves of the season that's just passed.
The 2021 season opened at Harleyford as it does this year. The IFX Payments Championship set the tone for a remarkable season. Gianmarco Petrozzi smashed the course record on day two with an 11 under par 61. That was enough for a playoff with Nick Poppleton, and Petrozzi held his nerve for the win. Drama was replaced by raw emotion in the second event at Donington Park. Connor O'Neill came from 3 shots back to claim the title, but that wasn't the only story. Here was a man who had endured personal tragedy, losing both his father and uncle to suicide during the pandemic. Emotions overwhelmed the Scotsman as he tried to take in his incredible achievement.
I don't really have any words. I'm just so happy. Wish my dad could be here and see this, and he deserves this more than me, to be honest, for what he done for me.
There were plenty of breakthrough moments in 2021, and Will Enifer was another who recorded his maiden win. Victory came at Montrose in the Eagle Orchid Scottish Masters. He delivered a bogey-free final round to claim the title, banishing previous final day nerves to lift the trophy. Gale Force wins at East Sussex tested our field, but one man rose above the fray to triumph. Jack Hawksby, with one of the best rounds of the season and a birdie on the 18th, sealed a narrow win and propelled him up the order of merit. That order of merit was increasingly on the minds of the players, with every pound counting towards those coveted top 5 spots. In mid-season, Mitch Waite seized his opportunity to make a grand statement. It all started at Mannings Heath. The weather tore into the course and delayed the final round, and Waite was out there for 12 hours on the final day before ultimately securing his win in a playoff. Waite then travelled to Luton Hoo, searching for elusive back-to-back wins. It wasn't to be, as Northern Irishman Dermot McIlroy took the trophy, but crucially Waite took a share of second place. The pressure from Waite was building, and at Studley Wood it finally paid off. A second win in the season changed everything, despite a double bogey in his final round. An eagle at the 18th sealed it in style. Waite's dominance was to be overshadowed by events at Lochen Links. Jack South not only won in Scotland, but he recorded an incredible final round of 59. A life-changing figure that saw his prize money added to by a staggering £119,000 in bonuses. South notched up birdie after birdie, and by the 16th, that magical number was well within touching distance. He held his nerve over the final few holes. The tension on 18 was quickly replaced with scenes of joy as South took home the biggest paycheck of his career.
I don't think I hit a bad shot all day. I just hit everything near enough where I wanted it, and it's one of them rounds which I remember for the rest of my life, really. Career changing, to be honest.
Callum Fife proved that perseverance pays off. A string of near misses finally came good at Castletown. The Scotsman won by 4, an impressive margin and a crucial victory as the Tour headed towards Slayley Hall for the Tour Championship. Mitch Waite arrived in the northeast as the leader in the order of merit, but it was Jamie Rutherford who came through a dramatic final day to eclipse Waite in the final standings. Rutherford was 2 shots off the lead going into the last round, but he hit the turn with 4 straight birdies to take the lead. A par-saving shot on the 17th helped, but a bogey on the 18th made it a nervous wait. Only Jack McDonald could catch him. It was a birdie for the win or a par to force a playoff, but in the end, a bogey on that tough finishing hole saw a relieved Rutherford claim the championship.
Joining me to look ahead is Kit Alexander, but before we do that, let's look back at last season. What a year it was.
Incredible, so many course records, low scoring. It just goes to show the strength in depth there is in golf in the UK and around the world really. We obviously have had a difficult couple of years with the pandemic. Bit of a logjam of talent coming through, but my word, they delivered last season.
And it was a record-breaking 2021, wasn't it? But out of the players, who caught your eye?
Well, the 5 that went up obviously were the 5 outstanding performers, and it's great to see they've made good starts to the Challenge Tour season this year as well, showing that they're of the level required to go on and compete on the DP World Tour as well. Of those that didn't get promoted, well, as I've said, the depth was incredible. I think you could have taken the top 10 or 15 off of the EuroPro Tour last year and they'd have been right at home on the Challenge Tour. As it is, the guys that didn't finish top 5, no Q School, they've got to come back and try and do it again. Tom Sloman, for me, a real standout player, Rookie of the Year. Only thing missing from his season was a win. If he'd have got that win, he'd have been one of those 5 going up. The consistency was fantastic. Another name from just a touch further down the order of merit last season, Jeff Wright, the Scotsman. Scottish golf, real boom at the moment. Lots of youngsters coming through, winning on the DP World Tour. And he got onto the tour through the Monday qualifiers, something that was introduced last year, didn't have any status whatsoever at the start of the season, played his way onto the tour with a qualifier and kicked on from there to finish inside the top 15 on the order of merit. Really looking forward to seeing what he can do with a full season ahead of him.
Expecting much from them this season, surely, then?
Yeah, definitely. I think those 2 are going to be ones to watch. You've got guys like Will Enifer, who finished 6th on the order of merit, that worst place to finish. He got a win. There's plenty of talent, believe me. It's just, can they take advantage of those opportunities when they come their way? Winning is so, so important. So if you get yourself into contention, can you make sure you're the one with the trophy at the end of the week?
Well, thanks, Kit. Loads of names there. Time to look ahead. Loads of new venues, over £1 million of prize money and 5 tour cards up for grabs. Let's take a look at the 2022 tour schedule. The season opener takes place at Harleyford, as it did last year. We then head into the Midlands for Telford and then back down to Donington. Studley Wood is once again on the calendar, followed by Camberwell. Then it's off to a new venue, Abridge, on the outskirts of London. Then we travel here to Belton Woods. The Vale was followed by Slayley Hall, which of course played host to the 2021 Tour Championship. Mannings Heath is back, followed by McInnes Peninsula. Clandeboye, the hugely popular venue in Northern Ireland, hopes to follow up from the success of 2021. Then Spay Valley in Scotland beckons. We'll be taking a closer look at that course a little later on, along with Leven Links. Clevedon then finishes the regular season, John Morgan's home course, and then the Tour Championship takes place at Lochen. So one thing we haven't actually mentioned, Kit, is the qualifying school, which obviously took place in autumn. Loads of new and emerging talent always there, isn't there?
Yeah, that's the exciting thing about a developmental tour like this. You never know who the next big thing that's going to come from Q School is. There's always a handful every year who you haven't heard of at the start of the season. They've come through Q School and they do big things. One name to keep an eye out for from this class from Q School, Robin Tiger Williams, named after the great Tiger Woods, of course. So golf was in his blood, in his destiny. He was an England international as an amateur. He's a big strapping lad, hits it miles, has had a few starts on the main DP World Tour, on the Challenge Tour as well. I think he will be one to watch out for this season. OK, we mentioned new names and talent. What about new venues? There must be some there in the schedule that stood out for you. Well, yeah, I'm looking forward to Lochen. Obviously, the Tour Championships right at the end of the season. I love Northern Ireland. I missed out on going to Clandeboye last year as well. So hopefully I'll get over to both of those events. It's always brilliant hospitality. And loads of fans come out, which gives it a great atmosphere. I mean, you've got returning courses like Studley Wood, always a warm welcome down there. And some intriguing new courses as well. This place behind us, Belton Woods. It's in really good condition now, even early in the year in mid-March. Cannot wait to see what this place is like at the height of summer. That's no surprise. There's some leading venues and one of the leading development tours. Let's hear from the CEO, Dan Godding.
Great year coming up, absolutely great year coming up. Best we've ever had, without any question at all. We've got new courses on the schedule that have lifted the standard this year. Players coming through where they've never been as good, to be absolutely fair. We've got new members, new talent, new ability coming through. And I think they're going to have a great time. It's certainly a season to watch. We're in a position now coming out of COVID where lots of golf courses want championships, they want the EuroPro Tour, they want to see the standard and the ability that's coming through with the tour, and it's given us an excellent opportunity to grow. I love being in the UK, I think we've got the best courses on the planet, and to keep this tour in the UK and to make the most out of what we have on our doorstep is just simply fantastic. So for growth, onwards and upwards, better schedule, better tour, and hopefully maybe an increase in prize fund in the next few years.
Some are not quite here yet, but Belton Woods is already preparing for the event, which happens in the middle of July. The Lakes course looking to provide a stiff test of our golfers. Kit has been down on the course to get a feel for what lies ahead.
The Lakes course at Belton Woods hasn't hosted an event like the EuroPro Tour before, so it's going to be really interesting to see how these pros take it on. It's not the longest course in the world, it'll be just a shade over 6,900 yards, but it's all about strategy off the tee. There's plenty of hazard out there if you miss the fairways. The rough will be up, there are trees, and there are water hazards aplenty, as the course's name indicates. Expect to see positional tee shots. Driver not every time. If you want to be aggressive, you can in places, but it's all about getting in play, giving yourself the best angle into the pins, because pin positions here will be vital. The greens are tight, short side yourself, and you've got a lot of trouble getting up and down. But they are going to roll pure. There's been a lot of investment into the putting surfaces, and come July, they will be absolutely sublime. If you are aggressive and you give yourself chances, those putts will roll true. On the flip side, try and be a bit cute, leave yourself short-sided, and you could be in trouble. I reckon we'll see an 8 or even a 10 under par here. But if you do go all out, beware, there is trouble. It's going to be low scoring and it's going to be exciting.
After the break, we take a closer look at Slayley Hall and Spay Valley, as well as hearing about just what it takes to stage an event. Welcome back to the PGA EuroPro Tour preview for the 2022 season. We've already taken a look at some of the courses that open up the season. Impressive new additions sit alongside established venues, both providing a stiff test for the field as well as a major stepping stone. How great an opportunity is it for these tours to change some of the players' lives?
It's absolutely huge. There is so many good golfers out there, and frankly there just isn't enough room for them on the DP World Tour, the PGA Tour, Challenge Tour, Corn Ferry Tour, Asian Tour, wherever. You've got to start somewhere coming off of an amateur career. You've got to learn your trade, learn how to be a tour pro, travelling around and playing for money. And this place is a great way to do that. So many players have come through the EuroPro Tour and gone on to bigger and better things. The likes of Tyrrell Hatton, Nicholas Colsaert's played a little bit here, Jordan Smith, Marcus Armitage, Jonathan Caldwell, Daniel Gavins, all winners recently, and there are many, many more. Without places like the EuroPro Tour to develop, frankly, a lot of these players would never get the opportunity to live their dreams.
Well, one player who did certainly change his life was Jack South at Leven Links, and Johnny Morgan went to revisit the Scottish venue earlier on in the year.
Well, thank you guys. Here we are, Leven Links, proper links. This is what it's all about. Now, you know, we came here last year and the famous 59 by Jack South, he created in the history books on the PGA EuroPro Tour, went on and won over 130,000 just for that event. Can you believe it? Unbelievable. And this golf course, well, he had it in the best conditions, not a breath of wind, but I tell you what, this is links, isn't it? This is links. Now, it normally blows absolute hoolie. I will tell you about this golf course. So, loads of thick rough, gorse bushes everywhere. The greens, I mean, the whole golf course is a proper link style. This is what we come to. And now when it comes to holes, there's 3 holes I'm going to tell you about. This is the 5th, a beautiful par 3, around about 160 yards, plays just a little bit downhill. They've remodeled and shaped it around the edges of this green as well. Beautiful par 3. You come to this hole, the 13th, absolute stunner. Straight down there, little soft kind of rounding left to right. All it's about is dodging all the little pot bunkers left and right of this fairway and all the gorse bushes and thick rough as well. And then you come to 18, known as the second hardest finishing hole in Scotland behind Carnoustie, and it is a phenomenal par 4 finishing hole. And just look at this now, as we're here, it's just swirling around, the wind is nasty, and I tell you what, this is proper links.
Another true Scottish test comes in the form of Spay Valley, a championship course set in stunning scenery, including ancient Caledonian pine forests and, of course, the majestic River Spay. John Morgan has cast his eye over the fairways and greens with the help of Director of Golf, David McMullen.
Well, here we are, Spay Valley, Aviemore. Mate, what a lovely day, isn't it?
It's a bit cold. It's a bit chilly.
It's a bit nippy, but it's the time of day, you know, it is what it is. But what a great golf complex you got here. I mean, talk us all about it and what it's like having the EuroPro Tour back here again.
Yeah, we're excited to get the EuroPro Tour back.
Yeah.
We had a little bit of a pause through COVID, so hopefully we can try and get a good show, get a good performance and get the guys back out.
Yeah, I've been around this golf course already, seen it. It looks in immaculate condition, and the course layout, as we know, is phenomenal. I mean, has there been any changes on this golf course?
Yes, this winter we've looked at taking one of the big bunkers out in front of 16 and creating 2 little spectacles.
Well, that amazing par 3.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah.
quite a tough par 3 on the close, and we're certainly looking at creating a really strong feature around there. And the guys have done a great job. So we're really looking forward to seeing what the result is.
Yeah, well, we're on
some growth.
Oh yeah, get some growth, definitely. I mean, we're on the putting green here, first tee over there, 18th green down there, driving range. Any other plans for the future apart from like what you were talking about there, about the par 3?
Yeah, we've got a lovely driving range here with the backdrop of the Cairngorms.
Yeah, beautiful.
And if we can get our golf academy, get it built up, we've got a 9-hole course on the other side. So I'm really sure that we can become a school of excellence and get some Highlanders playing some golf and get the guys out and the girls out on the course. Yeah.
Well, I played here on the Challenge Tour many moons ago, and that clubhouse wasn't there then. You know, we were in a little tent round here, and it was pretty cold, I gotta say. But you've had a great winner in Brooks Koepka, who's a former world #1, a multiple major winner. His course record's up there on the board for everyone to see. What do you expect with the EuroPro coming here, and what kind of scores are you expecting as well? And how tricked up are you going to make it for the players?
Brooks scored 62. If anyone can go and get 62, we'd be absolutely delighted. I don't think it will be that tough.
Yeah.
We had the Northern Open, the PGA of Scotland, and that was about 5 under was each kind of good round, low round of that day. I think 13 under.
13 under?
13 under, I think we could see
So
a
3
play.
rounds?
Yeah, I think we could see a little playoff back over the first and back over the 18th. So yeah, I think that would be good.
You thinking of dusting off the clubs and giving it a go, mate? Getting a little free invite in there?
Maybe need to get to the gym, I think.
You really? Like me?
Yeah. No, you're okay.
Oh no, you're too kind, mate.
No, not at all.
You're too kind. I mean, well, mate, it's lovely being here, and I thank you for having us, and I'm sure the players are going to thoroughly enjoy it, and I know, as much as I know, being here and playing here before, they're in for an absolute treat. And thanks for having us, David.
No, thank you.
The championship, as always, proves a make or break moment at the end of the season. Slayley, rich in history, lived up to its billing, providing the perfect backdrop to end a great season. All eyes were on Mitch Waite, but it was Jamie Rutherford who stole the show in spectacular style.
9th on the order of merit at the start of proceedings. I reckon if he were to par the last, he's promoted. Yeah. Just goes to prove, though, a fraction of an inch in this game can change your whole career.
John Morgan has returned to the northeast to see how the course is bearing up over the winter months. Joining him, head of golf, Johnny Mould.
Now, Johnny, it hasn't been long since we were here before at the grand final, and this is where it all happened here at the 18th green. Is it nice having us back again, the PGA EuroPro Tour?
Definitely, it's great to have you guys back. As you say, it was feels like only yesterday that the guys were sinking the final putt.
It was. I was going to ask you, I mean, what was the feedback like through the members and everyone around here, around Slayley Hall? You know, what was the feedback like with regarding the tournament?
Everyone were so happy that you were coming, and certainly that you're coming back. Members loved it. That tournament feel back to Slayley Hall. That's all we've wanted for the last 5-6 years, and we're getting it. We're getting it again, back-to-back years.
Mate, we're proud to have you. And I was also going to mention that, I mean, the course, I mean, has there been any kind of changes, or are the players expecting more of the same from last year?
More of the same in layout, but I think condition-wise, obviously because we're going to be in the middle of summer,
exactly.
It's going to be a total different feel of golf course. Greens, running, fairways. It'll be a little bit tougher, I think, than October.
I was going to say, you know, because obviously we had it quite late on, it was quite moist underfoot, so the ball was more like just flying it there, stopping it dead. You hoping for a little bit more speedy, faster, bouncier, tricky?
Definitely, I think that's the way to go to challenge these guys. These guys are good golfers, so we need to make the best rise to the top.
Well, I like the way you're talking. These guys are good. I mean, were you pretty surprised on the standard of golf that came your way?
Yeah. Standing at the range and watching some of them boys hit them 2 irons up that range, it's not my type of golf. Them guys they know how to do it, don't they?
Well, mate, they got young bones, Johnny. You know, we haven't got that anymore, mate, so we'll leave them to it.
Yeah.
But thank you very much for having us.
John,
and,
thank you.
Here's to another great tournament, huh?
Yes, definitely.
Thank you, Johnny.
Welcome back to Slayley.
We're back in the summer. How much looking forward to being back there?
A lot, actually. It's a brilliant championship course, a really brutal finishing hole, which gave us loads and loads of drama at the Tour Champs. And importantly, in the regular season, it's in the summer, so looking forward to going back there and it hopefully being a little bit warmer and drier than it was for that tough Tour Championship.
Well, Johnny Morgan continued his tour of Northern Ireland with a trip to Lochen, this year's Tour Championship venue.
Well, welcome to Lochen Resort. What a phenomenal golf course. A par 72, 7,071 yards long, fraught with danger from start to finish. It really is. And I'm trying to pick a weakness out of this golf course. I can't do it. I mean, you look over the water here, you can see the first there, you go over a beautiful bridge from the clubhouse and play the first, water all the way down the right, really positional hole, that one. And then you come round to here, this is the 7th, and it actually says on a sign just down there about Rory McIlroy driving this green in the Lochen Challenge when he had all the pros here, and he just flipped it on here. It's like 389 yards straight downwind. Obviously, Rory McIlroy, what up, mate? Hell of a drive. I'd imagine, though, for the PGA, they might stick the tee further down there and entice the players to have a little go for it. But you can see it's just absolutely stunning. You can pretty much see all the golf course. Beautiful 8th, 9th is an absolute monster down there. Well over 630 yards round the corner, and then you've got the signature hole 10 with the green stuck out into the water. Absolutely beautiful. And then we finish with an amazing par 3, well over 220 yards, very demanding, pin on the right, really awkward, tucked by the water. I mean, what else can we ask for? It's going to be an amazing grand final for the PGA EuroPro Tour, and may the best person win.
An exciting venue in Lochen there. How important is it to have such a strong venue for the final event of the season?
Very, and it is a strong venue. It is a great championship golf course, and that's what the players want. At that stage in the season, with so much on the line, they want a proper test that is going to bring out the best golfers. And my word, there will be so much on the line as well. Any of the top 60 who qualify for that Tour Championship go in knowing a win, and they will get promoted to the Challenge Tour. We are going to see players' dreams and careers made and possibly broken at that venue. It's going to be such an exciting year.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. Kit's looking forward to it. We'll see you soon for the first event of the 2022 EuroPro Tour season.